Hey, fourth graders, Mr. Strunksling here, and I wanted to send a message out because we've got a really cool opportunity coming up. Last week we were supposed to have our representative Romaine Quinn come in and speak with us, but everything that's going on that didn't work out. So we do have another really cool opportunity of having another guest speaker, not in class, but he's going to take our questions online. And so let's do some review first. Let's start here. Hopefully you guys have this sheet. We've got our three branches: legislative branch, judicial, executive. We've got our three levels: federal, state, and local. We talked about Romaine Quinn, who was supposed to come in until everything happened. He was in the, or is in the state assembly. So he would have been in this box right here. So he was a legislator. He made laws, right? So that's the box he would have been in. We're going to stay in the state level, but we're going to move to a new branch. We're going to talk about the executive branch. We've got the opportunity not to hear from the governor, but his lieutenant governor, Mandela Barnes. So again, we've talked about this, but just like there's a president and a vice president, we have a governor, and not a vice governor, but a lieutenant governor. So that's second in command. There's also lots of advisors in this role, and we happen to have a connection with one of those advisors in the executive branch. Her name is Winona Wolf, and she is the policy director for Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes. So here's our governor, Tony Evers, delivering a very important message, and the Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes right here. This is the person that we'll be able to submit questions to. Not only Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes, but also his Director of Policy, Winona Wolf. Which brings this, you guys need to come up with some questions. We came up with some questions that went back to our legislative branch. A lot of people that had questions for Representative Quinn asked a lot of questions about making laws. Remember, this is the executive branch. They get to help enforce the law, so it's a little bit different role. This branch has a lot of importance right now in what's going on, and we kind of talked about that on our last day of school together. We talked about how with an emergency order, the executive branch was able to take over a little bit more power and make some decisions without the legislative branch. So I want you guys to think up of some really good questions, either for Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes or his legislative director, Winona Wolf. So these are the two people that we'll be able to ask questions to. So these are people who work in the executive branch of our state government. They have very important jobs, get to travel all around the state, dealing with very important issues. And if you wonder what more of their jobs are, put it in question form. So you'll log on to Socrative, and on Socrative there will be the opportunity to answer questions. Ask a question. Write out a really good question. Remember to log into Socrative. You need my class code. It's 292450. So 292450. That'll get you into Socrative, and write out what question you think would be a good question. You don't need to restate the question. Just write the question. You don't. So just make sure it's a good question that you think you would want to ask, and some of your questions might get answered. So make sure you put your name on there. First name, last initial will be perfect. Make sure you put your first name, last initial when you put your name in. Think of a really good question. Remember, the purpose of a question is to obtain an answer. So make sure the question you're asking, you're looking to obtain an answer. Try to think of some really good ones. I will forward those questions to our legislative director, Winona Wolf, and she will bring them to our lieutenant governor. So those are really cool. This is a really cool opportunity. Think of some really good questions, and hopefully in the future we'll hear back and have some of those questions answered. So really put some good thought into what would be a good question. Take a look back at your chart of what the executive branch does. That might help. And I'm looking forward to reading out all of your really good questions. So take some time, think of a really good question, and enter it on Socrative 292450. If you have any questions, you can message me on Dojo. I'm looking forward to reading your questions. All right, nice seeing you guys. Can't wait to see you again or hear back from you. I'm looking forward to it. Bye.